Good morning and welcome to America's Home Cooking. This is part 2 of the sourdough dinner. Is it dinner rolls we're making? Yeah, it's dinner rolls. I can't remember. I tell you, I do so much cooking. So I've already knocked down my yeast and I've added wheat germ. Now we're going to add, I'll bring my book over so we know what we're going to add. We're going to add 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm using my salt blend this morning. You're also going to add 1 tablespoon of sugar. You're adding a half a cup of milk. You're adding 2 tablespoons of melted butter. Where did I put that? Here we go. And you're going to add 1 egg. I need to save this eggshell because I use it in the garden. Okay, how much more do I need? 2 more cups. Okay. Don't worry, we'll get this all mixed. We're going to add a half a cup of all-purpose flour. I'm going to add a whole cup. Just add a cup of flour. And as you can actually see me working this. My glasses. Let's see what else I want to do with these dinner rolls. Okay, they want us to add 1 cup of flour to your working area, be it a cutting board, a counter, a table. Just the working areas. Usually when they say working area, that's what they mean, just wherever you're going to be working. So don't think it's a special spot. It's really not. It's just wherever you're going to be doing your kneading and shaping. Make a bed, and then it'll all be sticking to the counter. I should know. I've done enough of this. Made lots of mistakes trying things. Now I know some of it's going to be sticking to the counter, like right here. But not enough that I will go start making crazy trying to get it up. I would strongly recommend that you put hot water in your bowl now. See, if you eat yogurt and drink buttermilk and eat sourdough bread, you have a lot of cultures in your stomach and your digestion to bring all, the things, nutrients, and getting it into your system. But anytime you drink alcohol, anytime you sit there and take drugs, illegal or legal, they attack that digestive system and digestion starts in your mouth straight through your anus. That becomes a problem. Then it interferes with things that you have to get to stay healthy. If you have a medical issue, it's because you haven't eaten real well. And if you say it's hereditary, that's only because your line has a high requirement of certain nutrients. That's all it means. It doesn't mean it has to be hereditary. It usually can be cleared up if you have 3 generations eating very healthy. The problem literally disappears. What people call it's hereditary isn't hereditary then, because it disappears. This dough is very soft dough, so these rolls are going to be delicious. Today is a good day to start making yogurt, and if it stays this way, we'll start our sourdough. But I'm going to have to check the weather, see what we're getting. Now, as you can see, the wheat churn didn't affect the color. Okay, let me see what they want me to do next here. Do you want it greased? Roll the dough out a 1/2 inch thick. Yeah. See, I know rolls stick and burn. If you don't know this, you would sit there and do this and you'd have rolls burnt on the bottom. See, cookbooks, this is where you have to know things in the kitchen, because if you don't, when you go to make things, we need a tablespoon of melted butter. So you're going to have to melt some butter now. If you don't know these things about how certain things work, you have a problem. And then it doesn't come out, and then you're discouraged, and what comes out of your mouth will be, I can't do it. It's only because you weren't taught the basic skills. This is why it's very important that you know these skills and the terminology, so when you walk into the kitchen, even if I try to make something, and I've never made it before, at least I have the knowledge of the terminologies and certain rules and regulations that go with it. So I can dance around it and figure out the rest. Okay, I'm going to have to climb and get some shortening on the back. I have never, believe you me, I've done a lot of baking, had a roll recipe that did not say grease a baking sheet, be it a cookie or whatever. Now, biscuits are quick bread. Now, I know because of the shortening in them, you don't have to worry about it. Now, there's not a lot of butter in this, so I know it's going to stick. So, he leaves out this step. So I, knowing what I know, have to take into consideration, knowing rolls the way I do, I'm going to have to do something. And do it, I'm doing it right now. This is why I'm going to start giving you terminologies, like they say working area, or they say braise or brown, you'll understand. Most of the time they won't say brown, they'll use the word braise. They want a 3-inch. Mine is exactly 3 1/4. And I know this is going to stick, knowing bread the way I do. I'm not going to add a lot of flour, but I'm going to need some flour on this counter to work with. Well, they want this patted out or rolled out. I just took a shortcut, okay? They wanted about a 1/2 inch. Now I'm going to put some flour on the side so I can dab this into it so it doesn't stick. Twist it to make sure that they're completely separated. Well, that one came out, didn't it? Okay, your mountains are fine. tell you what size brush you need. Just any brush will do. And I'm going to need, I'll use the back of that knife. Going to brush the top of it. Wait till you see how easy it is to make dinner rolls. I have a lot of dinner rolls too. I have old ones, new ones, sourdough, plain, you name it, I have it. At this point, I have so many recipes. I think if I spent my whole life, I still couldn't show you everything. Now they want you to put the knife not in the center, but over the side a bit. Which one should I do first? Maybe I should do this one first. All right, it's not quite center. You move it over the side, and they want you to fold it over. That's all they want you to do. And then you put it on the baking sheet. Pull the knife out, take it up, put it on the baking sheet. You see how it's done? I'll do it again. I already brushed the top of this, right? Watch. Put the knife here, fold it over. Pull your knife out. Because it's buttered there, the knife won't stick, so you don't have to worry. These are called dinner rolls. But they're so light and fluffy and so nice. But don't put it in the middle, put it a little to the offside because the top has to overlap, completely overlap. See? There they are. Wow, I'm going to run out of room in the kitchen, which is so normal of me. And we've got more to do, so I'm going to have to grease another pan. I guess a cookie sheet will do quite nicely about now. We're only going to let them rise a little bit because they've already done a lot of rising. How long are they going to rise? I'll tell you right now. Oh, I'm going to have to go on to the other table. I'm going to have to wait for that. Put some more flour here. Knead it on the side a bit to bring it together, what you have left over. And yes, I could pat it out, but I'm just doing it this way. So it's separated this time. So you see, you can get a lot of rolls. Once they're cool, you can't stick them in the freezer. this might be oddball out, but it's okay. I'm not concerned about that. I'm always concerned more about flavor. That's it. Now we have to let them rise a bit. Just give me a minute to clean up and we will check it out. Alright, we are going to be proofing these for 2 hours, so there'll be another part to this. So we have 2 hours to wait before we can bake them, so that means 7 o'clock for me because it's 5. Alright, so I'll see you in the next part.